Hello, hello, my beautiful beloveds. Welcome to the next episode of Archangels of Sacred Sexuality. This is an exciting episode. This is all about Archangel Gabriel, which is a very sacred, feminine, beautiful, nourishing, loving energy and frequency that we can connect with. And she is the ruler of the heart chakra and high heart chakra. At least that's the way that I've connected with her. And the element of water, which, I mean, what a perfect place to be discussing Archangel Gabriel. This is Labuan Bajo, an island in Indonesia. And I was excited to record this here because we have such powerful water element, right? I mean, this is just gorgeous. So away we go. Thank you so much for being here. And yeah, I've been creating this Archangels of Sacred Sexuality series to support us on our journey and support ways that we can connect with these really beautiful frequencies. We can think of them as frequencies or energies or beings, whatever works for you, if that speaks to you. For me, yeah, it kind of is fluid, speaking of water, and fluctuates a little bit, but it's definitely a high vibe frequency that I connect with that supports me in connecting with my own high vibe frequencies and elevating my frequencies. They provide insight and wisdom and guidance and support and just so much nourishment, especially in the water element. Water is it's life, right? It's fluidity, it's flow, it's our intuition, it's psychic gifts and abilities, it's yeah, nourishment is just the word that keeps coming to mind. So, the planet is like 70% water, as are we is 70% water. It's a huge aspect of our life. So connecting with this archangel has just been really powerful for me. And again, for me, I connect with her as a sacred feminine energy. Some people connect differently. So everything I share here is just from my experience, and it's a very personal relationship that we develop with the archangels, should we choose to. So they will show up and connect with you in whatever way makes sense for you. So it's a very personal relationship that you can develop the more that you connect with them and communicate with them. So again, this is just my experience, so you will develop your own experience with them. hmm Okay, so water element, sacred feminine. Yeah, the way I work with Archangel Gabriel around sacred sexuality is helping me to connect to a much higher, more expanded experience of my sexuality and a very nourishing, kind of healing aspect of it, but also just like the cosmic womb, the cosmic creatrix. I think of this as a very like the mother energy, but the universal mother, the cosmic mother, right? So I think of it's a creative energy, but different than the fire element, right? Different than Archangel Michael that we discussed in the last episode. This to me it just feels very cosmic and it's expansive and really large. But um, so as far as sexuality goes, there's so much wisdom in our sexuality, and it is the feminine and the masculine coming together in union is what creates, right? It creates life on our planet. So this is kind of the feminine aspect of that, where Archangel Michael is to me more of the masculine of that experience. So um yeah, womb energy, I feel like a safety, a nourishment of being held in this energy. And a lot of us have had experiences around sexuality that may not have been so safe and not nourishing, right? So to support our shifting out of that and embracing a new way and a new experience of our sexuality, connecting with Archangel Gabriel can be really helpful for that. And really just opening it up to the cosmic wisdom of the sacred feminine and the beauty of receiving, right? Receiving into, especially for women, receiving into our bodies, receiving into our experience, but also the sharing and the flow of love that flows out. Again, that water element, right? The flowing. So it's a real giving and receiving energy, I feel like, but just really being so held and in this very sacred container. It's a really beautiful, powerful energy. And again, the wisdom of our sexuality, the wisdom of this sacred feminine, I think of this as like the high priestess energy as well. So the more we connect with our sexuality and open up into it and do our healing around it, the more we can open into the um, cosmic experience of it, the expansive and the real wisdom in it. I've had some experiences where I felt like a giant portal, right? My body felt like a portal. My yoni felt like a portal where all of this wisdom and life and creation came through, right? And I understood that my body, the feminine body, is where life comes out of onto this planet, right? That's freaking powerful. And it is through the act of sexuality. So I've had some really big, powerful experiences connecting with this energy, this level of wisdom and the expansion of it. Again, we have kind of gotten stuck in sexuality as just this physical act, but it's so much more, right? It's so much more than that. So, connecting with Archangel Gabriel can really help open that up for you, and she can really guide you into much more expansive experience of sexuality. And again, that healing, the healing that so many of us need to do around sexuality, whether that be, trauma, abuse, so many different ways that can show up for us, right? So, really powerful energy to help support healing and nourishment around that. So yeah, let me see what else have we got here. Yeah, the nurturing feminine. Oh, I connect with her as a, oh, it's really also because I think of Archangel Gabriel, the way I've connected with her is very much around the heart chakra and the high heart chakra. The high heart is again that real wisdom, and for me, a cosmic wisdom. And the heart chakra, love, nourishment, right? The polarity with men and women and or the I don't want to get hung up on gender here, but women, we kind of emanate from our heart space. Masculine is through the lingam, right? That's how he penetrates through, and we send energy out through our heart space, and it goes around in this beautiful cycle, in this circle. So, again, the Archangel Gabriel, right there at the heart space, just really helping to open that up for us and help us connect from our heart space. And that's again that giving and receiving. The more open our hearts are, the more we can share our energy and share love, and then receive the masculine. It's really, really powerful energy. The more we open our heart space for women, especially, that's why a lot of our sexuality can be tied to emotions more, right? And needing that safety and feeling held and supported in that safe container, because it's a more emotional type of experience for us, where for the masculine, it's just a different type of energy. It's a different way. Theirs is maybe a little bit more physical. There's a book, the Tantric Orgasm for Women, and she really gets into this a lot. And I've also learned from Layla Martin how she describes this so beautifully, and that's understanding the polarity and how we each come into sexual experiences and encounters from a different experience, right? And we have different ways that our that we show up and that our needs get met and that we express. So when we understand this polarity and how this works, we're going to have a lot more fulfilling, satisfying, nourishing experiences, right? And we're going to be able to give and receive more fully. We can share our love through our heart space and receive the masculine, right? And vice versa. So, really, really powerful teachings there. I should get into a video about that more and share more about that. Stay tuned. But yeah, definitely check out that Tantric Orgasm for Women book, because that really helps to explain this polarity, and it can help us to understand why we might not be having that kind of flow with a partner, right? When we don't understand the dynamics and how energy works, it's just about energy and frequency, right? So when we understand that polarity, it can really shift our experience. So very powerful there. Let's see. Yes, that okay. I'm looking at my notes right now. So I don't miss anything. Yeah, I think of Gabrielle. I also can connect with her as like a blue light, a blue energy, the water blue energy. So, when we're connecting with angels, they can show up for us in a number of different ways. It might be a color that you connect with. It might be a light. It might just be a feeling or a sensation. You might see visuals of a being in your mind, but it's really going to be different for everybody. So not to get attached to that. If you don't see some being with wings, that might not be it. A lot of people don't have that experience. So, and I also want to say, I should have said this in the beginning, go and connect with the very first episode of this series that really gets into the whole context of this series more and why working with angels, how they can support us, and just much more. And what was I also going to say about that? Oh, that angels are not tied to a specific tradition. The archangels do not belong to any specific tradition. I know growing up in certain systems and religions, the dominant religion, we can maybe associate archangels with a specific religion or tradition, and they're way, way bigger than that. That frequency is much bigger than that. And it does not belong to any specific tradition. So I know that can be a hang up for some of us. And I know it was for me in the beginning. I was just like, oh, that belongs to that tradition, and that's not something I follow. So I thought it was, I wasn't going to connect with archangels, but luckily I moved beyond that, and they started showing up in my world in a big way, and I started opening the lines of communication and really getting intentional with that, and it's been a game changer for me. Hence this series, because there's such powerful frequencies. So just really, really, yeah, total game changer for me. So let's see. Oh, I think of Archangel Gabriel with his beautiful chalice, this chalice full of gorgeous, nourishing, healing water. And I see her just like pouring that over me sometimes and pouring it down through my central column and just like washing all my chakras into my heart and then down into the earth, right? That's just a beautiful image, and it feels so nourishing and cleansing for me. So that's I don't know if that visual speaks to you. It's a really beautiful way to connect with Archangel Gabriel and to visualize and to really like step into that energy, right? When you're doing a meditation or maybe in sensual dance, just imagine that visual of that pouring over you. It's just really gorgeous and it can be so healing. And again, if you have any trauma or any tension or energies, that low vibe frequencies you're wanting to clear out, you can do that visualization and do a meditation around that and just visualize that all just washing out. And ask for support. Ask her if that speaks to you, right? If you want to connect more, that's the biggest way, is just to ask for support. Archangel Gabriel, please help me cleanse, nourish, and heal, right? And ask for insight, ask for wisdom, ask for messages. They're really so right here, ready to support us. It's really beautiful. Let's see. Oh, yeah, cleansing and flowing. Flow, flow, flow. Oh, gosh, so many of us can be really hung up in sacred sexuality around like just being in the flow, following our intuition. We're really up in the mind, right? And really concerned and worried and anxious and just all over the place. We're not present, right? So this energy can also just help us to be more in the flow in our sexual encounters and in our own sensuality and sexuality and following our intuition, getting out of the mind and just like really feeling into the experience, right? Really feeling in. So delicious. So call on Archangel Gabriel when you need some help being in the flow in your encounters or with your own self, right? Self-pleasuring, I talk about that a lot, and if you need help moving down out of your mind, this is a great energy to connect with, to really be in that flow, open to a bigger energy, open to the cosmic love that's flowing through, that can flow through, right? We can be really shut down to that love. And this really supports healthy emotions. Also, if you're having emotional imbalances or challenges or stuck in these patterns, Archangel Gabriel is gorgeous for this, gorgeous to support this process. Oh. Yeah, and again, connecting from a heart-based place, because again, we can just get up into that mind too much, right? So bringing it down into our heart, being in so much reverence and gratitude for ourselves and these beautiful bodies, for each other, for this connection, for our sensual and sexual energy, right? Just again in the heart, 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 moving it down out of the mind. To me, that's so much what sacred sexuality is all about, it coming down out of the mind, bringing in the heart, being in the body, connecting from that place, a place of presence, a place of love, which doesn't mean you have to be in love with a person. That's not what I mean when I say connecting from a place of love. I can feel love for somebody I just met and just connected with, right? If it's a one night experience, I can still have an open heart and feel love and appreciation and gratitude for this gorgeous being inside of inside of me, yeah, and in front of me, right? That's kind of funny, little Freudian slip, but exactly. Welcoming somebody inside of my body, I can feel love in that moment, right? I can feel that deep connection, which doesn't mean I have to be in love with them and then like take it to like, oh, now we have to get married, right? So when I'm talking about coming from a heart-based place, that is always what I mean. Coming from a place of love. I don't mean in love in that sense that we've gotten so used to, right? So let's see. Yeah, more love and sensual and sexual expression, exactly. And that, but that cosmic love, right? We've really limited love to mean being in love with one person. It's really gotten kind of attached and limited to that experience and that monogamous experience. But this is a cosmic love. Love can just flow through. We can love a number of different people without attaching to them in a way that's maybe codependent. I'm not saying attachment isn't healthy. You know, we can have healthy attachments, but a lot of them tend to be very codependent. We've just learned some really interesting patterns and behaviors around, you know, connecting and being in relationship or in partnership or in union, right? It's turned into a really, really codependent, unhealthy thing in general. In general, of course, I'm not across the board here, but you know what I'm talking about. So, oh, moving through illusion. Again, we can have a lot of illusion around our sexuality, right? Or a partnership, a connection. Archangel Gabriel is great for helping us to move out of that with the sacred feminine, just getting more clarity coming down into our heart. Again, moving out of the mind. If you're too stuck in the mind, and again, this is something that Archangel Raphael can be really helpful with, and we'll connect with that angel next. So stay tuned. But that's definitely about some mind stuff there. So this is really just helping to come down out of the mind and be in the heart more. So beautiful. Let's see. Opening the heart, yes. Releasing unhealthy defenses. We can have a lot of defenses around our heart, a lot of walls built up, right? So Archangel Gabriel can help you to soften and do a lot of that healing and offer that healing energy and the water nourishment again to wash that all away. So helping us to soften and open our heart. And with Archangel Gabriel, I really think of her since it's water element. I think of energies of Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, those astrological energies, and that has helped me to connect more with her as well and understand that water element. I have a lot of water in my chart, so this is a very powerful energy for me. And also the lunar element as well is a very watery energy. So if you know anything about astrology or want to dive into this more, learning about the water elements in astrology can be really helpful to connect deeper with this energy and with the water element. So, um, greater flow. We talked about that. Nourishing experience of sexuality. A lot of us don't have that experience of sexuality being nourishing, right? Again, we can be in our defenses. Maybe we've had bad experiences in the past, or haven't been able to communicate, haven't really been in our power, haven't known what we want. So, known what we want. So it can tend to be a depleting experience and not something that's nourishing and loving and just like, right, that lifts us up. It can be something more of like, yeah, draining and depleting and suck the life out of us, right? If we're not coming from that healthy place. So again, Archangel Gabriel can really help us like step more into our power around this and open to a more nourishing experience, which means we need to be in our power. We need to know ourselves. We need to know how to communicate. We need to have done our healing work, right? So you know, and not everybody's ready for that connection. You know, maybe some healing needs to take place before moving into more of a sexual union with another person. So And that's totally fine, honor wherever you're at. But again, Archangel Gabriel can really help you with that process. There's a loud boat going by. I don't know if you're able to hear that. I have my little microphone thing on, so hopefully not. I think it cuts out all the background noise, but if you are hearing that, I apologize. Oh, now it got quieter. That's good. Whew, let's see. Expanded feminine, right? Depth of the feminine wisdom. I got into that a bit earlier. Connection with the divine, but in a really expanded way. And that divine feminine, really, really powerful energy there. Practices to connect with Archangel Gabriel, any sort of water ritual, swimming, being in the ocean, right? Being in any water source, that's a great way to connect and just open into that. Being in the shower and just letting the water pour over you and just like really feeling that energy and meditating on that, right? And allowing it in. And again, everything, always just ask. When you're doing these practices or rituals, ask for support, ask for her connection and guidance and wisdom, and ask for messages, right? They really are right here to support us so beautifully. Candle ritual. I love to use a blue candle, and I like anointing it with cedar wood. It's a really sacred feminine energy for me. And but speak, whatever oils it might speak to. I think I have a number down listed below, so we'll look at those. But taking a blue chime candle and just anointing that and connecting with Archangel Gabriel, again, asking for wisdom, asking for support, or sharing what you want to share, like here's what I'm working with, and asking for help with that, or guidance, or just, it's like prayer and communion and connection, communication. This has been so much of how I work with them, just asking again for support and seeing what comes through, right? She guided me to create a sigil using black or the blue wax from a candle. She said, it just, and again, the messages just kind of show up when you ask for support, and then we just sit and allow it to come in. The message was coming through, or the understanding, like that would be a good way to work with her to create this sigil from blue candle wax. I lit the candle, and then I dripped wax to create this sigil, and you can look her sigil up online if that speaks to you, or even create your own, something that speaks to you. If you want to get into it that way, there are some books out there on how to create a sigil that are really, really fun and powerful. Let's see, practicing heart presence and like moving into the heart, again, meditating on the heart space. Self-love and cosmic love, heart meditations, yes. Breath work, again, clearing, clearing, clearing. I love to do breath work and ask for her support and meditate on her as I'm doing breath work. And then like messages and wisdom and insight comes through, and healing will come through, and it can unfold over a number of days, right? Like as you start working with these energies, they start unfolding in the most interesting ways. And again, like this is going to be such a personal experience for you. We all have our own experiences with these energies. So trust what comes through, trust what you're guided to. And this is, again, like trusting our intuition. The sacred feminine is so much about our intuition, and we've really shut that down. So anything that's coming through for you right now, just trust that. And anything as you move into these practices, if they speak to you, trust what comes through, and trust if you're hearing messages that they are a connection for you, right? We can really shut that down. We can question it. Oh, I'm just making this up. And that's how we shut ourselves down and we get out of our power, right? Because we don't trust ourselves. So Archangel Gabriel, again, will really help you to trust this, trust your own intuition, and open that up more. Open it up for yourself. Really powerful, really powerful. And again, I didn't say this earlier. I cover this a lot in the very first video, but connecting with the archangels is not about a hierarchy. It's not giving our power away. It's connecting with beautiful frequencies, allies, benevolent allies in our experience. They're simply other energies, and they're here to support us. We're not groveling at their feet. We're not like bowing down to them. We're not giving our power away. We're allying with. We're allying with. That's just really important. So much of our spirituality and religion up to this point has been about giving our power away, outsourcing it, listening to somebody else to tell us how to worship, how to connect, how to pray, how to communicate, how to be in connection with the divine. We've really given that away, and we are the divine, and we've forgotten that because we've given so much of our power away. So do not do that with the angels. That's not what they're about. Archangels or angels, they're not about that, and that's not what this is about. They're here to support us to be in our power and to remember our truth and our divinity, to remember that we are source. We are beautiful, powerful beings of love, and they're here to support that for us. Let's see what else. Dance, sensual dance meditation. Oh, so beautiful. Swimming, I said that, get into water. Art, flow, drawing, right? Any kind of artwork that we want to get into where the creativity is flowing. And again, we're allowing our intuition, we're allowing that energy to just move us through. So any kind of creative process can be really supportive for this energy as well. Allowing the flow. Vision boarding can be really amazing for this. Do a vision board on water or on Archangel Gabriel or on the sacred feminine or on anything that speaks to you, right? Any nourishing, healing, opening up the sexuality, sexual, sensual expression. That would be a great board to do to support healthy, sacred sexuality. Whatever speaks to you. Journaling, journal. She has guided me to this, and I'm a slacker sometimes. I know I should be journaling every day, but she says, I've asked, how is the best way to communicate with you? And she says, automatic writing, right? Like, dear Archangel Gabriel, what insights do you have for me? How can I best connect with your energy? What is the most healing for me right now? And then write on that, right? Allow whatever is coming through and trust it and just free flow. It's not about editing, it's not about this perfect thing, but just allow the wisdom to come through. Trust it. Try to open your channel and just like let your higher self speak through, right? And she'll guide you. And the messages that come through are powerful, really powerful. But we have to trust it. We can't second guess. Oh, I'm just making that up, which is something I can easily do. It's like, is that me or is that some other higher self? Is that, what? So we got to get out of our own way here. We really got to get out of the mind and come down into the heart, right? Let's see. Again, invite deeper connection and ask for guidance. I know I've said that. So, stones and crystals that are really helpful for working with Archangel Gabriel: lapis lazuli, larimar, aquamarine, blue aragonite, blue kyanite, moonstone, labradorite, and many different turquoise and blue stones and crystals are really supportive for that water element energy and for the sacred feminine. So powerful. So, just go with what speaks to you. And if you go into a crystal shop or metaphysical shop and there's some crystals there that draw you in, trust that, trust that, trust that they're speaking to you, or your higher self is saying, hey, this would be a good frequency for you to connect with, right? So listen to that. Essential oils, again, I said cedarwood, frankincense, eucalyptus, very clarifying air, energy, cypress, and cardamom can be really helpful. So, but again, trust what comes through for you. I think that's what I've got right now. I am so thrilled to be sharing with you more about the archangels, and we're going to continue on in the series. Next will be Raphael, who is the archangel of the air element and governs our throat chakra. Really powerful, powerful energy, the sacred masculine. That's going to be exciting. So let's see. Speaking of Indonesia, there's going to be, stay tuned for so much more information on upcoming pilgrimage to Bali. I found the perfect location for us, and it's going to be in the water. Well, Bali, Ubud won't be on the water, but we'll have a gorgeous pool, and we'll definitely be connecting with the sacred feminine water element there. It's going to be really powerful and nourishing and so healing and awakening, right? Expansive. So I'm very excited about that. Be sure to check out my YouTube channel, the rest of my channel, for so much more to support you on your sacred sexuality journey. Visit my website for tons of resources, sessions one-on-one. I do sound healing and energy healing sessions. It really, really powerful working with the chakras and really helping to clear out those low vibe frequencies that we're moving out of, right? And working with unhealthy belief systems, getting those, like recognizing the unhealthy belief systems that we've been rocking out. And again, Archangel Gabriel is so helpful for all of this healing that we're needing to move through. Oh, let's see. There's again pilgrimages and programs on my website, a lot of free resources to support you on your journey, community events. I was talking about sensual dance earlier, and we have a sensual dance meditation every month that is just, it's online, really amazing way to connect with your feminine, get into your body and allow that flow, right? We're talking about flow here. Really powerful practice. And we do community online sacred sexuality discussion circle every month. I offer group energy healing sessions every month that are just really super powerful. People are having very profound experiences. I have a lot of meditations available, just creating new yoni massage guided meditations that are also like, oh my gosh, so good. So again, helping you connect with your feminine, connecting with the feminine within you or with a partner, right? So guided breath work. We were talking about breath work earlier. So if you want to check out some breath work videos, guided breathwork meditations. Again, check out my YouTube channel, check out my website. So much to support you in your process. And yeah, get on my email list for all the updates, all the new videos, all of the newsletter, pilgrimages, so much going on there. So, whew, thank you all so much for being here. Please like, comment, and subscribe if this is turning you on and supporting you on your process, on your journey. So, thanks everybody, and stay tuned for Archangel Raphael coming up. So, yay. Bye, everybody.